Video game is an electronic device which is interactive to the user. It can be interacted by the user using an input device like the controller that comes with the system. It immerses the audience with staggering visual and stunning audio.
My first experience with video game is actually at a young age. My father introduced me to a console called Atari. And afterwards we played Street Fighter together.
My first experience is when I was 7-year-old, I think. I've played Mario.
That was during the 90s, so that was considered as the golden age of video game. We've got Game Boy, Sega Mega Drive, PlayStation.
Yeah, Tetris, what else? Like Pac-Man. Yeah, very retro games.
It's an interaction between myself and the equipment, I guess, and you can see it on the TV.
Tetris, the Game Boy Tetris when I was 9.
Sega Mega Drive.
PlayStation 1.
Atari.
I got used to it, like seeing my older brothers played it. So it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's something that I'm used to.
One, it was the trend for youngsters to play games. And second, I enjoyed going into the world of video games.
Now I'm still playing it just out of fun.
Mostly to stress relief from a hard day work usually.
As video game grows and improves, so its drawback, the violence ensues.
Well, of course, video games, they have violence, but I don't think, the reason why people get violent is actually because of video games. So I don't actually believe.
It depends on some people. Some people has control over their anger management, some people don't.
Just like everything else, it depends. Because like, even if it's just like a book, if that person is a violent type of person, it will influence them anyway.
Yeah, some points where I play Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, where you kill people randomly with no reason, right? And your parents see it. Why you kill them? And you say it for fun.
Not really. My parents actually support me playing games instead of like stopping me because they are convinced that it's a way of stress relief.
It was back when I played my PlayStation 2, and I remember the game is Midnight Club 3. It was a racing game where I cannot defeat this one race, so I keep on trying, and then I still lose until at that one point I almost throw my controller to the ground, but then I find a way to win it, and I managed to control my rage.
Well, I've never acted violently, but of course, when playing online, for example, I used to play FIFA Online, Call of Duty Online, but when our team lost, when I lost, I actually never never acted violently. Of course, there were disappointment, there was disappointment, there was an upset, but yeah, never acted violently or never what we call as rage quit. Yeah, but for the opposing team, I've experienced people rage quit, sending me verbal abuse, which is quite common nowadays, even before back then as well. And direct messages, which sometimes racist as well.
There is a possible future. Even if you say of simulation, those who like pilots or those probably in the military who wants to land or target something hundreds of miles away using a missile, you can see that as a video game as well.
Well, I think the possibility of video games to further expand, is the chances is very high because nowadays we live in the world of technology, and kids nowadays prefer video games rather than the outdoor activities.
I believe there's future in video games because like there's this thing called VR. I'm sure you're familiar, like Oculus Rift, the Vive. It's like let's say like if a person is disabled, and then afterwards like they can't move, basically like paralyzed lah from body down. They can't move, so like their only option is like their only escape, basically escape. It's like playing the games like VR and all this, where they can move around freely, where having a sense of movement lah. This is like my thoughts of like future and gaming basically.
Well, every 5 years, every year, there's always advancement in video game technology, and you can see that video game is to enjoy entertainment, but right now it's getting much more different. It has a different notion, you know. The video game developers are invested too much, a lot of effort in creating a very enhanced visuals, enhanced storyline. They want the players, the video gamers, to be immersed with the video game itself. So every year there's always a advancement in the video game technology. So right now we have a next gen console, PS5, Xbox, we call that, I forgot the name. Then with the other video game consoles as well. So there's always something new. There's always something different. There's always something interesting to be played with. Yeah, but of course violence is still there. But it's up to us to take whatever is good and to remove whatever is bad.
It's definitely an art because as someone who's in the industry, like I don't make stuff, but I do teach, and I did learn stuff like this as well. Like in terms of game design and artsy stuff. It's definitely a work of art, and a lot of hard work and effort are being put into it.
Video game, for myself, my opinion, video game is an art. I buy and I select my games specifically because I consider video game as an art. Okay, I look at the visuals, I look at the visual effects, and I also take a look at the storyline as well. And of course, the final aspect that I look is the game itself.
As well we know, it is not precise that gaming can cause violence. There will be always a conflict and a debate whether the game can incite violence or not. However, things we know for sure is that video game will always be the entertainment system that people had known ever since it was made.